So we have few students joining in, so let's wait for a couple of more minutes. So guys, how are you all doing?
I'm good. And you?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
All good, Sagar. How are you?
Yeah, I'm well. I'm good.
So, Sagar, where are you based out of?
So I'm based out of Bangalore. I'm basically CCNP CCI trainer.
Okay.
So this particular batch would be taken up by one of our friend and colleague. So he's into firewall industry for
Okay.
last 10 years. So before that, I'll explain all this infrastructural and the schedules, pricing, and all those details. So I'll take just 10 to 15 minutes of yours, and then I'll pass it on to the main trainer. The main trainer will go ahead and discuss about the blueprints, the PDFs, how these are organized. But let me tell you, this is for the first time where this is the whole five top technology is given as a package or a single package. Okay, you might have seen institute giving you individual modules, but here you get all five modules under one single package. Okay, and we are not gonna take a heavy amount for this. The amount is very reasonable, and the benefits that you get out of this is massive here. Okay, so just let's wait for 2 to 3 minutes. I see students are joining due to the daylight saving and the different time zone. So let's wait for another 2 3 minutes, and then we will be starting up this. So guys, we have close to 51 participants all worldwide. So thank you everyone for joining. I know this may not be the right and convenient timing for you, but I chose this time because most of our students prefer to have the demo set up at this particular timing. Okay. All right, guys. So it's 7:05 here in India, and let me quickly walk through about this package first, and I'll hand over it to the main trainer. Main trainer will introduce himself, and he will walk through all the syllabus copy and all those things. Okay. All right. So do you guys see my screen, which where I have put up all the five modules?
Yes, Sagar.
All right. Okay. So
Yeah,
guys, as
yeah.
you see this is a package. Okay, a dedicated package which is designed by network security experts in such a way that the five top most technology are being covered as a single module here. Okay, so we are not gonna do a crash course which is ultimately of no use to anyone. This course will have a very good number of topics discussed, as well as the labs will be taken care of. There would be a dedicated workbook given based out on scenarios. Let's say site A is down and site B is uh, popping up with so and so syslog message, and the workbook instruct the student how do you take it forward and how do you deal with the troubleshooting, and what was the missing command or what was the mismatch parameter due to which these two sites are isolated. So it's kind of a complete package designed by the network professionals. Okay, we are not from institutes. You know what does institute does? They basically teach them as single module. They will just go through the graphical presentation of the dashboard, which I don't think is a good idea, that you can also get it free on YouTube these days. Okay, we believe on technical point of the aspect on these modules. So this package will consist of all the five modules, all the five modules here. Nothing here is nothing but about the firewall. Okay, so this single package, we will first start with Palo Alto. The Palo Alto firewall will touch PC and SAPC and NSC module. Both the certification of Palo Alto will be matched up, and it will be like 3 to 4 weeks of classes. And once we are done with Palo Alto, we will move on to the next module, that is Fortigate, which is again a 3 to 4 weeks, and then on to ASA firewall, and then to checkpoint, and then to FY LTM load balancer. Okay, now why we designed in such a way is all the folks, or most of the folks, would be working professional. Okay, let's say December is a month where you have a lot of time and you can just enroll this. But what if in the month of Jan or Feb, you see the work pressure is more? So you can take a break. You can take a break and you can go out of that particular module, which would be covered in the month of Jan, and you can re-come, or you can come back and take the module wherever it was left. Okay, the advantage is whenever this module goes into a rotational basis, that is, once we cover up F5. Okay, so let's say if I have cover up F5, and it will once again go to the first module. So it is kind of a rotational. So if let's say you missed out the second module due to a heavy work pressure, or might be you wanted a break, or might be you are in a vacation, so don't be bothered. Your course is something which will not be faded upon. Okay, so you can come back and join to the ASA. You can then move to checkpoint, then to LTM load balancer, and whichever module you just missed it, you can just take it back. Okay, so you will have all the five modules uh, well attended in a live session with your expertise trainer, along with all the practical knowledge that you would be getting over here. Okay, now just let me summarize what are you gonna get out of these training. Okay, so I know, because I am here in this teaching industry for last 5 6 years. Even though the student is from CCI or dual CCI, sometimes he run out of the RAM. Okay, or might be he do not have a very good laptop, or might be he do not have his own server. So we are gonna give access to our server. Okay, and it would be a good number of months. So 6 months of free access on our server. Okay, from practical point of view, that doesn't mean that you cannot have it locally. We will give you locally as well. If you have a supporting laptop or you have your own server, then take it locally. We don't restrict you to have it on your local machine. We are good if you have uh, uh, enough memory. Like let's say for Palo Alto checkpoint, you need at least more than 8 GB of RAM. Okay, and a good processor. Whereas ASA firewall can even run on 4 GB of RAM. But when you talk about Palo Alto, Checkpoint, F5 load balancer, one single instance take up to 8 GB, right? So such instances you cannot run on very small laptops. So we are gonna give you 6 months of free access on our server. Now this is a part of the package. You don't have to pay anything extra. Okay. If you want to take it locally, we are more than happy to give it to you. You can install it, or you can have a server somewhere in future. You can go and do it, install it. Okay. And apart from that, all the recorded session, let's say you lose one class or might be two, you will be provided with the recorded videos, and this will be put up on our web portal, which is centralized. You don't have to worry about downloading something, keeping it, storing it on your laptop. Might be then there's a problem carrying it from one place to another place. Might be you are going on a vacation, you do not have a good storage device, or you do not carry a laptop. So what we do is we have a centralized web portal, okay, and we are gonna place all the recording videos inside that web portal, and that's lifetime access to you guys. Okay, so you don't have to pay anything. It's not a renewal kind of strategy that most of institute does. So they give it free for 1 or 2 years, and then they start uh, charging for them as a renewal or subscription. This is a lifetime access. You do not have to pay anything for 6 months of lab and for recorded videos as well. What else do you get here? You will be provided with class notes, definitely, which all of them does. Okay, you will be provided with the regular labs. Now regular labs are nothing but the lab which the trainer is gonna take it inside the class. I call it as regular lab, so it's not fancy thing. Everyone or any trainer, whoever is teaching you a technology, he will go through a lab, right, and he will give it to you. So I would call it as a regular lab because that's something which everyone does it. But the interesting thing is a workbook now. Now this workbook is on scenario based. Okay, as I told you, we are not from a management industry. We are from technical industry. I myself has worked for 12 years in a network security role. I know how these technology works. What are the frequently asked interview questions? What type of scenarios do we get in the enterprise? Okay, if something goes down, what is to be troubleshooted first? So on that basis, we are gonna create a workbook scenario where it would contain at least like 100 of mini labs, I can say that, which once the student is well versed with the topic, he can go and he can attempt it. Okay, now this is also free. It's for lifetime access. We are not gonna charge you. If you can handle it in your laptop or in your server, you can take up that particular package, the OVA file, you can install it. But we have a dedicated trainer for all those things, okay, which is again a plus point of enrolling here. You don't have to be bothered about something downloading from our G drive, spending lot many hours on installing it on your local machine. You don't have to be worried about that. Okay, we have a dedicated lab trainer who is who would be available 24 bar into 7. Okay, time zone, Indian time zone, and he will help you on fixing up this. If you have a enough resource, just bring your laptop with the minimum installation or minimum resource, and we will do the installation. We will take it on WebEx or we will take it on Zoom, and the lab will be replicated on your local machine. So you don't have to spend time on all this unwanted things. So your main focus would be on the classes, the class lab, and all the other preparations what you are going through with. Okay. So I think I have documented as many as I could remember as of now. Okay. And yes, we have a Slack community, a wider community where all the students should uh, be available. You can have your own study group, because we all know that studying individually versus studying in a group matters a lot, right? So a lot of students enroll to these kind of online classes or might be offline classes, but the main motivation comes when there is a group study happening, or let's say we have 50 participants in this batch. Let's say if one is trying to uh, bring up his issue, his enterprise issue in the Slack community, might be the other people can suggest the right uh, answer to that, or might be the others can pitch in, can help the engineer by suggesting a better way. So basically the group study always works. Okay, that's the key point of learning some technology. If you go with a single study purpose, you will study for 2 3 days, and then finally uh, you will get something else which is more important, and then you will start ignoring this thing. So when you are in a group study, you will basically give more importance, because there are some other people who are dependent on you. Might be you are being asked to uh, help on something, so you will do some research on your side, come to the Slack community, give your best suggestion that do this way, do that way. So that makes more sense. Okay.
Hi Sagar, Vishal here.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. I have some questions. If you don't mind, can I ask?
So can you just be on just can you wait for a few more minutes, because I just started up. I know your questions. Most of the guys would have the similar questions, so let me just complete my few
Okay.
things.
Okay. Go ahead. Go
Okay.
ahead. Sure. Sure. Go ahead. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then I'll take it from you. All right. So yeah. So guys, this is what I just went so far. This is the package, 5 in 1 single course. This is the benefit of getting into this. And yes, I know what would be the question. Now you would ask me, what is the schedule? What is the pricing? All those things. Okay. So let me tell you, we have designed it in such a way the working folks are not being suffered due to our time zone mismatch. So this is more focused on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We are gonna keep it only 2 hours and 2 hours on weekdays. It would be 4 hours over here and 4 hours over here. Okay. Now this is not gonna be a straight 4 hours. I know the focus level would getting degraded as the number of hours passes on. So yes, there would be a 30 minutes of break now. Okay. So 4 hours will have a 30 minutes of break. It would be between the student and the trainer to decide uh, when to take the break. You can take a break of 30 minutes in between, or you might take 15 plus 15 minutes of break, or maybe you take a 10 minutes of a break, something, some sort of that way. Okay. And yes, so why we designed 4 hours here is because we are gonna give break. There would be some Q&A session at the end. So basically, we will get only might be 3 hours of class. That's all. Okay. So that is why this is why this is the reason we prepared something this kind of schedule, so that we don't lag with our uh, topics. So basically I don't want one single module to go for 2 3 months, which will slowly also demotivate from the your interest. So it's something which should be in a good space. Okay. So it will be 2 plus 2 hours on weekdays, and weekend it would be 3 hours. Let's take it as 3 hours. If you think 4 hours is too much, so let's take it as 3 hours. All right. Okay. Regarding the syllabus copy, I guess you guys have all this so far by now. If not, there's a link put up, okay, on our chat window of Zoom, which will let you download all the syllabus PDF. So I'll just copy that link. Let's say I paste it here. Okay. So let me So here are all the PDFs. Okay, so you can download all the PDFs here. I have a complete dedicated PDF as well. So this is gonna be the Palo Alto topics. These are for Fortigate. These are for Cisco ASA. This is for checkpoint, and then finally F5 LTM. Okay, so I'll let the trainer to discuss more into this. I just told you that I'll be talking on the infrastructural point of view. Let the trainer, the next trainer, who is our main trainer for the syllabus covering, so he will talk more into the syllabus. Okay. All right. So I covered from my point of view. So let me know if you guys have any doubts regards to this, and whatever is left, the trainer, the next trainer would definitely answer you once again.
Um, okay, hi Sagar, this is Sudarshan.
Yes, tell me, Sudarshan.
You have informed us like, okay, dedicated lab trainer will be provided. What do you mean by this? Like, okay, if you 24 bar 7, if there is a separate a trainer will be assist us if you face any difficulties or
Yes, you are 75% correct. That is when you are facing some issues out of the class. Basically, if you join another institute, what do they say? They say that come to the next class and the trainer will help you, right? We don't
yeah.
do that. We don't say that. We will have a dedicated trainer. We will point you to that trainer, and that trainer will be again a subject matter expert, and he will guide you. So that is what I meant here. That dedicated lab trainer, and along with the issues, or along with that, he will also help you to set up your lab, and the other rest of the things which is required for you to get started. Let's say you want to do something on your local machine. You downloaded the Palo Alto VMs, but you're stuck now, right? So where do you look for a help? You might go into Google, YouTube. You will spend lot many hours. For some reason it will not be getting fixed up, right? So we have
Hello,
a
Sagar.
trainer for that. Hello.
Sagar, sorry to interrupt you in between. This is Vishal here. Actually, I'm sorry, but I have to jump into one more call for my office, and I have just few questions.
Okay.
If you can take.
Yeah, go ahead, Vishal.
Yeah, so my question is like you said regarding the group study and all those things, right? So for group study, if we are having some office scenarios with some dummy IPs or something different setup, can we set up in lab and can we get assistance from that workings perspective?
Yes, so basically, if you have some approach, or you want to discuss some design, you can
Huh,
also, because these days there are lot many online portal where you can replicate your network design and we pass it on to.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fine.
but I'm asking for our your lab setup.
Yes, you can use our lab server if you want to recreate something.
And the support will be provided like in terms of technical support I'm asking.
See, we will not be helping you to configure something or do something on a real-time point of view. It will be
No, I'm
more.
asking like logical support, like how the connectivity or how this approach will happen. I know I am also like I do understand there are limitations.
Yes.
I'm in IT for some senior position. So what is my query is like whether the logic can be cleared, like let's say I'm
Yes,
putting
yes.
some scenario and all those things.
Yes, logic will be cleared, of course.
Fine. And for the weekends, do you have any dedicated batch for weekends?
No, no, I
Saturday,
don't have
Sunday?
any. I don't have any weekend batch. Even if I keep only on Saturday, Sunday, then the number of hours will be increased by
Okay,
plus 2. So that is why
fine.
it's
And how about the these 2 hours, the slots in the weekdays?
so it's a continuation of this batch. It's not that they are two different batches. It's a continuation.
No, no,
So
I
your
do understand, but what is the timing I'm asking on Saturday and Sunday? So Friday and Saturday, Thursday.
so timings are all 8:30 IST.
8:30 a.m.
No,
p.m.
no, 8:30 p.m.
8:30 p.m. Okay, for all the fours, right?
Yes, all the four.
Let's have scenario like I have missed on Saturday, Thursday and Friday. Is there any way that I can be on the same page afterwards by like syncing up for some not the total number of hours, but having some overview or something like that.
I can
Weekdays
arrange
is
that.
little difficult for
I can
me. I am
arrange.
in US shifts.
Yeah, I can arrange that, but still, I would prefer that either you, if let's say you missed lot many classes, then take
Uh,
the next immediate batch. It would be a free retake for you. Otherwise,
okay.
go with the recordings because the overview will not be a good
Okay. So
answer
if
for
I
this.
could take a free retake, or if I have gone through the recording, whatever my questionnaires will be there, I can take it up afterwards, right?
Yes, yes, that you can
Hello.
do it. Go through recording first because 4 hours of
Hello.
class cannot be given as a 10,
Okay.
15 minutes
Okay.
of overview,
Fair
right?
enough. And for any two courses, what is the fees?
All
Hello,
right.
Saga.
So, yeah, yeah. So one second, guys. Let me also put up the pricing here, which is already present on the website.
Uh-huh.
So we are running some offers right now.
Okay. And please share the syllabus PDF on the mail. Huh? I'm
Okay.
just
So
sharing my. Yeah.
yeah. So are you on our group, WhatsApp group?
Yes, I'm there. I'm there on the WhatsApp group.
Okay. So yeah, my backend team they will do this. Okay, they will put up a
Okay.
course link now.
Uh-huh. So what will be
And
the
Sagar, this is MK here. Sorry to interrupt. Hey, we have woken up very early and I really wanted to give respect for all the time. All these trivial questions are like very, very common. Please actually put it in the WhatsApp group chat or the
uh-huh.
Zoom group chat. Let the trainer start the session. We
Fine,
will
fine.
have to understand the demo class. You can have all these questions answered at any moment of time. We have been with Sagar since 1 year. He is super. Abdul since 1 year. He is ultimate. They will answer all of your trivial questions. Please, guys, let us have the demo class begin.
yeah,
Because Sagar and
yeah,
Abdul are not the ones who is giving the class. They will be free throughout the class. They can answer all your questions. Let us attend the demo class. This is demo class, guys. Demo class. Understand this. You have not.
Exactly, you're right.
Fine,
Let us
fine.
please let the
okay.
class start.
Yeah.
Win.
Yeah, so
All
good
right.
point, MK. I respect everyone for joining this time because that's what I told you. We are joining from all different time zones. So let's not waste each and everyone's the busy schedule might be say early in the morning or might be midnight. So what I'm going to do is I'll hand over this to the trainer. He will walk through with respective to the course syllabus and let him show whatever he has with him, and in meanwhile, be checking out this chat window of the Zoom. There will be the link to join the WhatsApp group. So once you are in that WhatsApp group, you can ping me directly. We will talk about the schedules, the pricing. Pricing is once again in front of your screen. There is time schedule, and let me tell you, there is no other batch apart from this. Okay, so please don't ask the same repeated question that is there weekend, is there a morning batch. So this is only one batch that we are having right now, and I have given the uh, date as well as the time schedule. So this is something which you have to take care. Okay. All right. So the WhatsApp group is already put up on the chat window, and I would like to call my friend and my trainer who would be taking this. So Mani, are you in the call?
Yes, Sagar,
Hey,
I'm
hi.
there.
Yeah,
Hi,
hi,
hi.
Mani. I
Hi.
guess you were been listening to the conversation.
Yes, right,
So
right.
yeah, so I have went through all the basic details. Now it's up
Mm-hmm.
to you. Now it's all over to you. Please take it forward. So you can start presenting. I have made
Right.
you the presenter as well.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
can you try sharing your screen?
Sure, sure. Just give me 1 second. Now, guys, am I visible for everyone
No,
or my screen?
no.
No, not yet.
With
Okay.
the same schedule.
Okay, I will
Okay.
stop sharing. Money, I'll just stop sharing. Might be then it will. All
Sure.
right. Yeah, we can see now, right? So guys, please acknowledge.
Now we can
Yes.
We
see.
can see
Yes,
now,
we can
sir.
see some.
Okay.
Yeah, we.
Yeah, we are seeing now. Correct.
Right. So as Sagar told you about this course and fees and all, now I'll be your technical trainer for this course, right? For all the firewalls, and even we will also cover this F5 part, right? So as Sagar told you, we will be covering Palo Alto. These are top-notch firewall, I can say, in this cyber industry or cyber security industry, right? So Palo Alto, Fortigate, Cisco ASA, and Checkpoint. So what we'll do is we will start with some basic things about firewall, right? And after that we will move further with the advanced, and we will get the advanced knowledge about firewalls, right? So everyone know what is firewall. So can we start with that? What is firewall? Can anyone please explain me?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir. Firewall is a
this is
software through.
Yes, one by one, one by one. Guys, are you there?
hello.
Hello, hi,
Yes.
Mani sir. Good evening, Ajit this side. So
Please,
firewall is
please,
basic.
please start with your name first. Tell me your name, then
Ajit,
Hello.
Ajit sir,
we'll.
Ajit.
Okay. Yes, Ajit.
Hi, good evening, sir. So firewall
Good.
is basically as a software or a hardware
Hmm.
ASA or Palo Alto, which
Hmm.
we implement in our network to protect it from any unauthorized access or any type of attack. So
Hmm.
basically, we use it for filtering any traffic or
Hmm.
our protect it from any middleman attack or any hacker. And
Okay.
also we can restrict the access of particular like certain group of people to access internally to access avoid their or restrict their access to any certain destination server.
Hmm. 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 Right. Anyone else would like to try?
Sir Adil Khan here.
Yes.
Well, firewall is a software or hardware which sits in between public and private network
Okay.
and look after uh, the traffic. What sh- what is what should be blocked or what should be allowed? That kind of stuff.
Okay. So, can we plug a firewall between your private network? Let's say this is your private network one, and this is your second private network. Right? Can we put my firewall in between
Yes.
that network?
Yes, we can.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah,
Right?
but it will be two. I mean, like two boxes.
Yes, definitely. There would be two
Hello.
boxes, whether
Yeah.
it is a switch
Hello.
or yes. Please go ahead.
We
Hello.
can make through that transparent firewall, right?
Yes, that would be your transparent mode in terms of Cisco. Cisco says it, this is your transparent mode. If you deploy your firewall in
Hmm.
such a way where you have a private network on both the end, this is your transparent kind of deployment, I can say like that, right? Cisco says that. But if I talk about Fortigate call it in a different name, right? That is not a transparent mode firewall. Fortigate says this firewall is in proxy mode. This firewall is not in transparent mode. Again, we have two different names, but the theory and the working of this firewall is always same, right? And checkpoint says is in different way. Checkpoint have some different names, and even if you talk about Palo Alto, it says different, right? So I can say if I talk about similarities of firewall, so Cisco and Palo Alto mesh together. FortiGate totally different, and Checkpoint is totally different. They all have their own architectures, right? They all have their own architectures, means which is not similar to everyone. all firewall has their own packet flow. Right? Means how every firewall decides how to filter a particular packet. Right. Anyone else would like to add some more words in this firewall thing?
Yeah, I'm Shrikant. So firewall is my software hardware that decided how the traffic flow from outside to inside and inside to outside.
Right. So again, same thing. I am getting only two answers from this from audience. There is only two things. We can enable filtering process by putting a firewall between private and public network. Right. And some people say inside. So private network is your inside basically. This is your inside network, and public network is your outside network. So again, I am getting only these 2 points. Yes, I
This
want
is Salam.
something.
This
Yes,
is
yes.
Salam. My name is John. Hello.
Yes, you
Hello.
can start one by one. Yeah.
Okay. My name is John. I'd like to talk about the firewalls. You could have a layer 3 and layer 7 firewalls, which are basically application firewalls, and the layer 3 network firewalls.
Yeah,
Hello?
the firewall provides stateful inspection.
Hello.
Yes, yes. Firewall provide what?
Stateful inspection.
Stateful inspection. Okay.
Basically, firewall is a denial device.
Firewall what?
Denied device. Denied device.
Basically, firewall is a device segregating trusted and untrusted networks.
Again, trusted and untrusted network both are inside and outside. You can call it, or you can call it private and public network, because your private network is your trusted network and untrusted is your public network. Again, the same thing. So with the audience, I am getting only 2-3 things. Again, the same answers, but let me tell you what is firewall.
Hello.
Excuse me.
Yeah, this is Mahfouz.
Yes, Mahfouz.
Yeah, actually, basically, we can say that firewall is a network security device, and it works. It basically it monitors incoming and outgoing network traffic, and decides whether to allow or block specific traffic based on a defined set of security rules, right?
Okay.
And yeah, there are some security levels 0 to 100, right? So 100 is for the uh, uh, incoming network, and
yes,
yeah.
these are called security level, but
Yeah, security.
only Cisco says it, but other firewall vendors don't say it. There is no
Exactly.
security level kind of things for Fortigate, Checkpoint, Paloalto. They don't understand what is security level. Only Cisco says security
Only
level
Cisco
is
says, yeah, exactly, correct. You are correct.
right. But what about other vendors?
Excuse me.
Yes.
Maybe zones.
Hello?
Yeah, Jones.
Zones.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, you can.
my name is talk about Dennis.
Yes.
I believe a firewall would be a device which you can create a lot of different policies for trusting, for untrusted networks. So basically creating a lot of different policies.
Okay, so let me repeat my question one more time. So what are the common features between all 4 firewalls? Means everyone saying my firewall filters the traffic. We can allow or deny any particular network, particular services, particular traffic. Even we can allow or deny any particular connection. We can deny connection. We can allow connection. I know everyone knows that. But
No, excuse me, sir. I'm Midlaj. Am I audible? Yeah.
Yes, you are audible. Yeah.
Firewall, we can control and monitor the traffic between public and private networks. That's what I understand.
Again, the same answer I am getting from your end.
This Atul here. So
Common features between all four firewalls would be but like policy, netting, routing. You can add also the common objects, network addresses. So those will be the common features between all the firewalls. And maybe additional to that, it does the stateful firewalls. It's like application, URL filtering, and it can also does domain based control for all those maybe URLs which are being accessed. It can be deployed in maybe in L2 mode or L3 mode. Maybe different firewalls would have different names. And also the availability of these firewalls maybe within the DC, or it can be exposed directly to the internet, or it can be deployed internally. Let's say like north, south, and south, east, west traffic. So those can also be controlled in the firewalls.
Also the VPN connection.
Yeah, true. Yeah, adding the VPN also.
Right. So let me describe it my own way. Right. So everyone know we we have firewall for filtering purpose. Right. Means if I talk about OSI model has 7 layers. Layer 7, layer 6, layer 5, and layer 4, 3, 2, and layer 1. Right. So if I talk about NAT, right? Everyone understand what is NAT? Everyone know?
Yeah.
Everyone know about it? Yes.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. NAT.
So on NAT, and what about PAT? Do you understand this term, PAT?
One to many.
Port address translation.
Yes.
Okay. In port, in PAT, sorry, in PAT, you are going to enable filtering on the basis of what? Port numbers. Means if you are creating any policy, you have to define any particular service, like let's say HTTP, which uses port number 80, and HTTPS port number 443, for DNS 53, right? You can assign or define a port number in your policy, correct? And if I talk about NAT, you can define any particular IP, a particular network, I can say like that. You can define two things, IP addresses or any particular network ID, I can say like that, right? So there are two things, network ID and port numbers, right? You can achieve this. You can achieve this on by enabling a policy or pushing a policy into your firewall. So basically, if I talk about the filtering process, so you are filtering, you are enabling the filtering on layer 3 and layer 4, because layer 4 uses TCP and UDP port numbers, right? If you are filtering on the basis of IP addresses or network IDs, or you are filtering any port number, it means you are filtering, you are enabling a filtering into your firewall on the layer 4, right?
Yeah. Please. Can you please repeat?
Yeah. Again. Okay. So let me tell you an example. Let's say this is my firewall, and I want to filter any particular IP. I want to filter any particular network ID, and I would like to filter one port number. So on layer 3, we use only IP addresses, right? IP address information, and layer 2 contains MAC address information. So let's say if I would like to create a filter or create a policy, let's say if I am applying, if I am denying any particular IP and any particular network, in that case, I'm basically making a filter on layer 3, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It means I am enabling a filter on layer 3 of the OSI model, because layer 3 works layer 3 uses IP address, right? And if I want to block any particular port number, in that case, I am enabling a filtering process on layer 4, right? Because layer 4 uses TCP and UDP port numbers, right? Let's say uh, uh, I would like to block any HTTP request. Okay, just give me one. Let me make it a scenario. This is your firewall, which is connected to the internet, right? On the other hand, we have our inside network, where you have 500 users, right? User A, user B, and user C. The IP address of user A is 10.1, 10.2, 10.3, right? And they would like to communicate with one server. So here we have one server which is connected with the internet, and the IP address of the server is 8.8.8.8, right? So this is my scenario. All users connected with one switch. And now let's say I have to create one policy. I uh, I would like to provide internet service to my all internal users, which is 10.1, 10.2, and 10.3. Right? I would like to provide internet connectivity. Let's say, so what policy I need to deploy? So in that case, my inside network, I am using 10.1.1.0 subnet, which is /24. So this subnet I am using, right? This is your inside network. So what I need to do is I need to create a policy. So what would be my policy? So my policy says if if source is inside and destination is outside, source is your inside and destination is outside, please allow them, right? So this would be your action, right? After deploying this policy, after pushing this policy to your firewall, your all internal users start getting internet connection, right? In that case, basically in inside you are calling the IP address of 10.1.1.0. Am I correct?
Yes.
Guys, are you getting me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah. So again, yeah.
Hello.
Let me clear this scenario. Then we'll move forward with the questions, right? So now we have this firewall, and on our outside interface of our firewall, we have one public IP address, which will be given by our internet service provider, right? Which is 4.4.4.4. So let's say I got this IP address from my ISP. Now this is my policy. So my policy says inside users, which is connected to this IP, and outside users, which is connected to this IP, should be allowed. So this is my policy, right? So in that case, what you guys are doing, on which layer you are working on? We are working on layer 3. We are deploying this policy on layer 3, right? We are just enabling the filtering process on layer 3. Am I correct? We are not using any layer 4 information in this policy. We are not using any MAC addresses in this policy. We are not even entertaining in layer 1. Is that okay for everyone?
Yes.
Right? if you are using any particular IPs to filter any traffic, it means you are enabling the filtering process on layer 3. Let's say if you want to filter any particular port number, for port number, what policy you need to create. Let's say, again, let me create another policy. If source address, just give me 1 second. Okay, so here I am creating new policy. It says if source is 10.1.1.1, which is user A, and destination is your server, which is 8.8.8.8, and we can also mention port number and port number 80, right? It should be deny. Right now, I don't want user A to communicate with this particular server. In that case, I'm pushing this policy to my firewall. After pushing this policy to my firewall, users, let's say user A requesting to get access of this server. In that case, my firewall will drop that packet on this end, right? Because we have this policy enabled on our firewall. Now, let me talk about this policy. In that policy, we are by adding port 80, we are enabling the filtering process on layer 4. Am I correct? Can we do that? Or uh, can we enable filtering by adding the port number into the policy? It
Yes,
means
we
you
can.
are, right? It means you are enabling the filtration process on layer 4. Right? Now, every firewall, if I talk about legacy firewalls only provide us filtering on layer 3 and layer 4. Means till layer 4, layer 1, layer 2, layer 3, layer 4. Before before we introduce next generation firewalls, right? We can enable filtering on till layer 4. It means that this type of filtering is called static firewalls, because everyone was giving me the same answer, right? I was getting the same answer from everyone. So again, let me modify your answers that I was getting from my audience, right? So my audience says it enables public to private filtering, inside to outside filtering, right? It means you are enabling filtration process till layer 4. You are not enabling any filtration process on layer 4, 5, 6, and 7. And nowadays, if I talk about the firewalls, we don't have legacy firewalls, we have next generation firewalls. Right. So the best example for next generation firewall is, let's say you have your Facebook account. This is your Facebook account. Again, if you use legacy firewall, with legacy firewall, you can deny this particular URL only, right? But with next generation firewall, what we can do? With next generation firewall, this is your firewall, legacy firewall, and this is your next generation firewall, right? Now, what you want? What is your requirement? Let's say my requirement is I would like to block Facebook chat option. I only want to block Facebook chat option. If you are using any legacy firewall, in that case, you can only block particular URL or you can allow any particular URL. There is only two options. And
So that means we cannot block the features in through the legacy firewall, right? Hello.
we can block facebook.com/chat, facebook.com/groups, facebook.com/games, facebook.com/groups, chats, games, pages, right? So this is where we got to know about next generation firewall. This is where my firewall works. So this is the main feature of my next generation firewall. So I could say, in other words, we call this feature app control. Some firewall says it application control.
App ID.
App ID, right? App ID. We do have different features like SSL decryption.
Can we say it as a layer 7 filtering?
Yes, I'm coming to that point. HTTPS inspection. So this is my next generation firewall, but no one mentioned these points. Like I think the last person who mentioned these all points. You can block any particular port number or any
Sometimes
IP.
audio is losing. Yeah. For 5 seconds or 10 seconds.
Sure. Just give me 1 minute. Let me change my network.
Yeah, same issue we are facing. I also facing.
It's okay now.
It's better.
The network is not good, elegant second floor. Firewall network.
It's okay. You should continue.
Please go ahead. Hello.
No, I think he's disconnected and reconnecting.
Yeah, reconnected. Correct.
Guys, are we connected again?
Yeah,
Yeah,
welcome back.
it's fine now. You can conclude.
You can carry on. We can hear you.
Okay. Okay, just give me one minute, 1 second. Now, am I audible and clear to everyone?
Yeah, you are audible then.
Yeah, absolutely.
And now, yeah, I can hear.
That's great. So this is my next generation firewall, right? With next generation firewall, you can block any particular application to access your inside network or outside network. You can even you can decrypt any SSL packet and scan it whether there is no corrupt information, or whether there is no Trojan or malicious files going on inside my network, right? So this is why we use next generation firewall, because if I talk about my port filtering, any particular port number filtering, right? Port number filtering and any particular IP address filtering. In that case, we can achieve these two things by creating ACL. If we create any ACL to any particular router or particular firewall, we can deny or permit any particular IP address, or we can deny or permit any network ID, and we can also allow or deny any particular port number. We can achieve this by creating a ACL. But why we need a firewall? Right? Because legacy firewall enable the filtering process till layer 4. And now with next generation firewalls, we would be able to enable filters on layer 5, layer 6, and layer 7. Guys, am I audible? Because I'm not getting voice from anyone.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, we can
Yeah,
hear you.
you are.
Okay, right. So again, with next generation firewall, you can enable filtration on layer 5, layer 6, and layer 7. As everyone knows, layer 7 is your application layer. It means you can block any particular application, even you can block any particular application inside of your application, right? On layer 5, we have session layer, right? Again, we have presentation layer. So this is these are the features of our next generation firewall. That is why we call them next generation firewall. It means, uh, in one sentence, I would like to say all firewalls like Paloalto and Checkpoint, Cisco ASA, and if I talk about our next firewall, which is Fortigate, all support layer 7 filtering. Means you can enable filtering till layer 7, right? Every firewall is our next generation firewall, right? So this is all about the firewalls which we are going to learn in this course, right? So let me jump into the syllabus part, where let me tell you what we are going to cover in this course. So so okay, we will start this course from Palo Alto if majority of us accept it, or majority of us wants it, so that we can start with this Palo Alto, right? Then we'll move
Yes,
further
start with
to,
Palo Alto.
okay, right.
Yes, Palo Alto is the best.
Okay, we will start from the best,
Palo
and
Alto.
yeah. So guys, if you want any question, if you would like to ask any question, you can ask me.
After
Now
Palo Alto, can we go to Cisco, please?
yes, for sure. Actually, it depends upon the majority of
Yeah, I
people,
think
right?
Cisco is it is better to start with Cisco SA because that is the old version, right? Comparison
Right.
to Palo Alto, right? So
Yes.
we will first we will clear to Cisco SA. It will good.
I think
Yeah,
Palo Alto and Checkpoint will be better. Yeah.
yeah. I think we should start from the Cisco. You know that most of the company using Cisco firewall.
No. Palo
Uh,
Alto is leading the market.
okay.
No,
Okay,
no. Actually,
can we have a voting on this?
Yeah. Palo Alto will be better, I guess.
Okay.
Palo
I
Alto
Right.
and
think Palo
Cisco.
Alto will come
After
out
that,
as the winner.
Checkpoint.
Sure.
Actually, I think sir will have a greater input in this regard.
Right.
Actually,
So
I
I'm
think if we
getting.
understand the work.
I have a doubt, like if you give firepower add-on to the normal ASA 5520, can that be a next generation firewall, or we do?
Yes, it can be.
Okay, thank you.
Right. If we add FTD, right, there would be some features which come from next generation firewall. We can cover them up. No issues. We can cover them also. Right. So, guys, have you understood the concept of this next generation firewall? Means now you got to know what our firewall is, because everyone says a firewall help us to enable filtering between in private to public network, inside to outside network. Different sentences, but again the same meaning. So now change your definition and update yourself. Right. So guys,
Hi guys.
yes.
Hello. Hi guys.
Yes.
This is Mahfouz. Actually, in my opinion, we should start Cisco SF first, because if we understand the concept of Cisco, then it is easy to understand the concept of Palo Alto, right?
Guys, I am comfortable with every firewall, right? So whatever you want, you can share me over the WhatsApp group, right? Or you
Sir,
can drop
actually,
your
you have
requirement.
over 10 years of experience in this industry.
Right. So I
you
forgot to tell all of you about myself, right? So my name is Mani, as Sagar told you, right? So if I talk about my work experience, I have total around means hands-on work experience would be 7+, and overall work experience would be 10+, right? So if I talk about questions and answers, even you can share your scenarios which you are facing in your current company. Let's say you are getting any problem with your current company. If I would be available, I'll definitely try my best to help you out with that. Right.
Yeah.
Even you can. Yes.
Actually, I would just suggest for those newcomers, like go with the Palo Alto, like a dedicated firewall to learn from, because normally Cisco they don't deploy that much as a security, because in enterprise level and international level they will have a separate firewall at itself as a network entity. So it's better like you approach it from that kind of angle.
Right. So
Yeah,
guys,
hello, Manny.
Yes.
I've got a question. Yes. My name is John. I'd like to know for the Palo Alto, are you going to be what version? Are you going to be working with 10.0, the latest?
Actually, the latest one is 10.0, but for training purpose, I always recommend to go for
9.1.
lower version of firewall, because there is no such kind of bugs and fixes, right? We don't require any bugs. Sorry, we don't need any fixes, right? Because
Okay,
if
would
I
that be 9?
would that be what?
Would that be version 9.1?
Yes, it would be 9.1.
Okay.
So if I use 10, in that case, sometime I'll face some issue with some
Yes, I
kind of
understand.
applications. That's the reason I'll be using the lower version of firewall, so that we can easily understand the concept. The main thing is getting a concept. That's the main thing, right? If we get the concept, even firewall launches, even Palo Alto launches 11.1 version. Again, the concept remains same. It will never be changed.
So it
Only
means
the
you're going to be
option.
discussing.
Yes.
It means you're going to talk about topics like SD1 integration.
With SD-WAN integration, you can take help from Sagar, because I'm handling only the part of firewalls, right? If anything related to firewall, anything related to SD-WAN which comes into the firewall point, then I'll definitely help you with that.
Okay, what about Panorama?
Panorama, yes, we will cover it. Just the introduction part, because the Panorama is the part of PC and SE exam, which is expert level exam of Palo Alto, right? So here, if I talk about our syllabus, we are not covering the expert part of this Palo Alto certification, right? So just a brief introduction of Panorama, right? I'll be covering.
All right. Thank you.
I sir, Mr.
Yes.
Sudarshan. In terms of lab, actually, the Palo Alto, I mean, you teach URL filter content and log access for the Palo Alto. The people who work on the lab also, will we have this license version or only the demo version we will have access on the lab?
Basically, you will get the demo version. I can say like that, right? Uh, we'll try to get any particular license from Palo Alto, but I'm not. I cannot commit you right now about this. But for demo version, you can use any particular firewall for next 15 days, right? Because the demo version is available for 15 days license. By default, it comes with 15 days of license. So why you would like to go for
No. My
the
question is like, because like demo version we cannot see the logs, or like application based filtering, or
right?
that cannot be filtered on the demos version. So
Right. Okay, in that case, I'll try to get one license one, right? And I'll definitely try my best to introduce you about this all, and uh, I'll check with Palo Alto if there is such kind of license for 30 days or 40 days, so that we can enable these type of features, right?
okay, thank you. And one more question. It's you provide with EVNG community. I mean, that's the server.
Yes, that would be your dedicated server for EVNG.
But how fast it will be, sir? Because like I have seen, it will be. I mean, even all the people are using. It will be damn slow to just to drag one or two Windows PC and Palo Alto. It will be very slow to configuration. So how fast it will be actually? And
Okay,
that's what.
you can connect with
Yeah,
Sagar. You can
Mani,
connect with Sagar, and
Mani, are you
Sagar.
Mani?
Yes.
Sagar this side. Yeah, to answer that, we have very good dedicated lab server. So don't worry about that. We are already running SD-WAN. So your Palo Alto is nowhere compared with SD-WAN technology yet for in terms of RAM resources. Okay. So don't worry about that. You will get not just 2 instances of Palo Alto. You can run 10 instances of Palo Alto as well. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Sir, will you be covering PKI cert based authentication and connectivity in Palo Alto?
Guys, so this would be your syllabus, right? If there is something which is not covered, let's say so actually we made this syllabus part from the book, right? But there are some things I can say, like what let's say in real time scenarios in companies, you are facing different issues. Let's say you would like to learn about PKI. Definitely, in that case, what we can do is at the end of this class, uh, we can join once again for question and answer session. In that session, I'll resolve all of your queries related to other topics, like let's say PKI, which is not mentioned into this syllabus blueprint, right? But if you would like to ask any questions for PKI and any other technology, you can ask me separately, or we can conduct a session for that, right?
Yeah, sure. Even self-signed certificate should be okay.
Yeah, I know you would like to go with the certificate path, because uh, every company uses this certificate for authentication and authorization for our purpose, right?
Yes, and also I can't find a global protect in the syllabus.
Okay.
Is that covered?
Global protect. Yes,
Yeah.
definitely. Again, the global protect is your SSL decryption. Different name but the working is same. Means concept would be the same. Yes.
No, I mean for Paloalto.
Yes, for Palo Alto. We will be covering global protect as well.
All right.
Okay, guys, let me show you one. I have one checkpoint open with me. Checkpoint, and so this is your basically your Palo Alto dashboard. Right? This is how you can access your Palo Alto access. Sorry, Palo Alto dashboard. Right. So this is the dashboard of your Palo Alto firewall. Let me try to reconnect it again. Okay. Right. So this would be your dashboard for Palo Alto firewall, right? So you can see so many information over here. Let's say you have a management IP address with help by which we are accessing this firewall, right? To get access of this firewall, we are using 192.168.43.100. So this would be your management interface IP. So that would be your separate IP, which we won't use for any type of communication, right? So this IP is only to manage your device, right? So you can say see so many information over here. This is your default gateway, right? You can also enable IPv6. You can also configure IPv6 to this firewall, and the software version is 9.0 as of now, right? This is your CPU status. If you want to configure your firewall, you can go to the network tab. Then you have interface tab. In interfaces, you can see there are total 9 interfaces: 1/1, 1/2, 1/3, right? So there are total 9 interfaces. So you can configure all the interfaces one by one by going to this. Apart from that, if I talk about next generation firewall features, let me show you where they are. Devices, and on the left hand side you can say you can see SSL decryption, SSL TLS service profile, right? Here we have certificates as well, and for HTTP, here we can create any kind of HTTP filtering policies and all, right? So here we have the option for global protect client. This is your global protect client. As of now, no update available. Plugin VM series to check the license of your firewall. You can go to this tab, right? So authentication profile, user identification, basically that is called UID feature, right? So this is just my Palo Alto dashboard, and let me try to show you one checkpoint dashboard as well. So this to get the dashboard of checkpoint firewall, you need smart console, right? We use smart console to get access of your gateway, right? So let me log in again. So this is how our dashboard looks like. Let me open this. checkpoint dashboard. So this is your checkpoint dashboard. Again, for every firewall, you have dashboard with different information, and the configuration part is changed, but the feature almost same. But every firewall has their own name. Every firewall says it in a different way. So this is your smart console dashboard, which we are opening right now. Guys, any more question?
So I have a question. Are we going to, configure our firewalls through GUI or CLI somehow?
Uh, if I talk about the GUI and CLI, basically we will be covering, we will be configuring the firewall from both type. Means we can also configure from CLI. Means I'll try my best to use CLI, but if I talk about the interfaces in real time scenarios, you will only get access of your GUI, right? Because we only use CLI once when we set up the firewall. Let's say the first time setup wizard, in that case we use only CLI, right? And if I talk about this course, most of the time we would be using GUI, most of the time. But sometime for troubleshooting or some kind of issue, let's say I would like to ping any particular network or particular device, in that case we would be using CLI, right?
Yeah. Sir, will you be covering like the redundancy for firewall 1 and 2 and the max swing and all those things?
What features?
No, if we normally we have two
High
firewalls.
availability.
Yeah, two firewall, and then we switch the MAC ID, right? MAC address
High
for
availability of
virtual MAC
data.
address. Yeah.
Yes.
So those scenarios you will cover, right? Theory and practical.
Yes, for sure. And
Yeah.
even
Thank you.
the advantage of this course, basically, I can say, let's say at the end of this course, let's say you have you learned all four firewalls. Now, uh, I'll conduct one
Before that,
comparison.
uh, which we are need to like normally this is Bakruddin. Actually, I'm working in network support. Totally, I'm new to firewall industry. So I
Right.
just would like to learn it from firewalls. So
Right.
in this case, like normally, how do you covering? Like you said there are five firewalls which are having lots different options, different functions, in the settings and all, but having some common function to do protecting it actually. So that one maybe before conducting the session, shall we are particularly the the freshers would be coming to learn a firewall session to preparing anything apart from your content.
Actually,
Prepare
your
means
voice.
I mean, yeah, can I read
Yes.
something? Yeah.
Yeah. Could you please repeat one more time your question, because your internet connectivity issue again. In short, please.
Actually, yeah, I'm from network support. I'm totally new to firewall.
Right.
Yeah. So
Right.
yeah, I've seen
So you don't need to.
all the
You.
firewalls, but all the content, all the topics are new to me. So
Right.
before the session or before the topic, would I need to cover, or would I need to read or study anything to better understanding of your day by day classes?
Yes, definitely. Because self study is must for everyone, not only for you. Let's say just 2 hour class will not give you the concept, right?
Yeah.
Just 2 hour class will not help you to crack the interview.
Correct.
Definitely, for sure. So again, You need to work hard. I'll give you the notes and workbooks, and apart from that, the books which is provided by directly Palo Alto or directly from Cisco Press. You will get original books from my end, right? And every day I'll tell you what you need to cover as your homework. Like let's say I'll give you the page number. Just read page number 79, uh, 79 to 89, right? So this would be your homework. So tomorrow you need to come with your homework. Then I'll ask you some questions about that homework. Then we will move further with the next session. So this is how we work.
Yeah, just I wanted to add on to that question on the network side, right? The reason I suggested Palo Alto to be taken as firewall prime learning, because those guys who coming from network, right, they are always inside the Cisco in their brain. When they switch, when they learn new technology, they should come from the technology itself. Like Palo Alto is a proper firewall. So if you learn, and then if the master, like our instructor, if, when he teaches in the class, if you observe that, that's quite enough, good enough to do the role in the working environment.
Yeah, and one more thing, Bakruddin. So the classes will not directly start from labs. Okay, so the instructor will first tell you what is firewall, which OSI layer it works, the theoretical background of the firewalls, and then he will go into topic by topic. Okay, so for anyone, even if he's from a routing switching background, so need not to worry. It's not that the instructor straight away from day one is gonna take some complex topic, thinking or pre-assuming all students are from uh, firewall security background. So it will be taken from scratch theoretically, and then the labs will be followed up.
Yeah,
Okay,
noted.
hi, Manny. May I ask a question about the Cisco ASA firewalls? I'd like to know if you're going to treat some advanced firewall features like quality of service, policing, and such related service policies, and how to apply them, maybe using traffic like policy maps and class maps. Are you going to treat topics like that?
Yes, for sure, definitely.
Okay.
Even distribution list, prefix list, I'll be
Yes.
covering all the things. You don't need to worry about it.
All right.
Because
And one
these
more thing,
actually,
will you be covering the industry standard responsibility? What the firewalls really they were working on the firewalls. One so those things also will be covering, right? Like if any industry they would be using a firewall to configure on their network, and they're managing their network using the firewall like Palo Alto or Fortinet or some other firewalls. So what are the responsibility exactly? The main function they would be doing day by day, right? So that would be also will you covering or when you are explaining of each and every topic.
yes, definitely. Because in the starting of this session, we mentioned that you will get real time scenarios from my end, right? Definitely.
Guys, can we have a demo, please?
Okay, guys. Any more question? Otherwise, we can connect tomorrow one more time at the same time, or
Yeah, we
maybe
have WhatsApp group chat. Like, let us post all the queries there after the
Yes,
session.
yes, for sure. You can ask or you can post any type of query to our WhatsApp group, right? And for further questions, you can connect with Sagar and Abdul, right?
Yeah.
Sagar, what about tomorrow timings for the session again?
Yeah, guys. So see, this is day number one, and a lot of time was just wasted on the basic things like the time, the pricing, the schedule, all those things. So that's why I planned with the trainer to keep two additional demo. Okay. So tomorrow it will be more on the technology rather than the infrastructural thing. So, Money, if you have any topic So you can just tell in this class itself, so that student come prepared, or might be they have enough question for the day too. So it could be anything. You don't have to take very something from a in a tougher side, since we have participants from basic to intermediate. So any topic could be better from your expertise level, Mani.
Okay, guys. So for your homework, I would say there is one feature in Palo Alto, which is wildfire. Just go through with it and come with that. Means tomorrow, connect with that. Right. So this is your homework. You need to learn about what is wildfire. Right. This feature is founded by only Palo Alto. So this would be your homework for tomorrow.
Sir,
Or
can you
anything
continue?
else?
Wildfire or wildfire?
Wildfire, sorry. It is wild. Right? So just go
Sorry,
through
one
with that.
question, please.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can we get a recording of this class?
Sagar will help you with that.
Yeah, so it's going on our official website. It's been live streaming. So if you're on a Zoom chat, can you see the link posted? So that's where this recording is available. Okay, might be if you join late, so you can watch it later. So it's
Okay.
right. It's been put up on the chat now on the Zoom.
Okay. Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Okay, guys, then let's connect tomorrow once again. Right?
Tomorrow at what time,
And,
sir?
time again, the same time, 7:30.
It's 7, not 7:30, right? Was it
Sorry,
7?
sorry.
Yeah, it's
Yes, yes.
yeah.
But
It's
class timing is 8:30, I think.
Yes,
no. Don't
class timing.
Yeah, don't be confused by that. Class timing is a different timing. The timing for tomorrow is 7 p.m. itself. Okay, so tomorrow we are connecting at the same time as today, 7 p.m. IST, which is 1:30 p.m. in UTC. All right. So
Sagar,
the
can you
regular
share me that? Can you show me that your screen?
Class time means which class time? So maybe after the demo class, your class will be start that time, or that classes
no.
are.
This timing is for tomorrow. Okay, so tomorrow we are connecting at 7 p.m. IST. Regarding the regular classes, we are planning to have two batches, one in the
Mm-hmm.
night, one in the morning. So don't be confused. Just contact me and I'll talk to you individually, whichever time zone or whichever time slot works for you. We will place you accordingly. Okay, so don't be confused for the regular batch timing. So as of now, tomorrow we are connecting at 7 p.m. IST as today itself. Okay.
Okay.
That's fine. Thank you.
Okay,
All right,
guys.
guys.
So thank you for
Yeah.
joining the session.
Sagar, one question. Tomorrow's class also is welcome class, part 2.
Yeah, the next two classes are demo. So as trainer Money have given a topic, wildfire from Palo Alto, you can just go through it and the instructor will demonstrate this. And if you have any question, you can ask in the live session tomorrow. And there would be another third class. Again, you guys are free to pick any topic and he will demonstrate, and we will end up with the demo session. The reason is we have Christmas and New Year coming, so there would be a lot of commitments. Some folks would have the shutdown, annual freeze, and they would have going for vacation. So we don't want to interrupt these live batches. So what we are gonna plan is we will plan this batch from Jan 4th or Monday. Okay, so that is where we will start the real classes. All the topic will be once again covered up in a structured format. So it's not that something we covered in demo, we are gonna not cover back in the real classes. So this is just a demo to just interact and to see what type of student or what background type of do the students have, whether they are intermediate, whether they are very basic. So it's just to understand the background or the level of the students. Okay, so you're free to ask any question, or if you have any question related to the syllabus or you want to add something, you're free to let us know.
Yeah, fantastic. Thanks, Sagar.
Sorry, Saga. Which technology are you doing tomorrow?
So tomorrow, Mani, you have taken it from Palo Alto, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So from Palo Alto, the trainer will be demonstrating a feature called as Wildfire. So he just had written it on his screen few minutes back.
Okay.
So guys, I guess it's all good, right? I mean, we are good with the demo one, right? So is there any question?
I have one question for trainer. So we have, I mean, like I am new for this concept, for this firewalls thing. We have this 5 firewalls, right? Basically, like what is the, I mean, like a 10,000 feet overview of what is that exactly which is varying. I mean, we are from the networking background. Usually, like we do protocols, like we do talk in the protocols like BGP, OSPF, EHRP, RAPE, or like any kind of ACLs or something like that one. So the background technology is one thing, but the foreground CLI is another thing. So the technology will not vary. For example, BGP has actually like some certain states, and it will have actually like some concept called autonomous system, something like that one. So that, I mean, like keeping that in the background, we just wanted to understand that what exactly that varies in these firewalls, all these 5 firewalls. Like, is there any significantly different features wise it will get changed? Because at the end of the day, actually, it also has to follow the OSA stack, right? So it is not anything different. So can we actually get that, at least that overview, like maybe like 5-10 minutes, sir?
Yes, for sure. See, actually, we have designed this course in a such way so that if, in case you are fresher, and if you don't even know what is networking, right? If you don't even know what is SSH, if you don't even know what is telnet, I'll be covering all the points. Let's say if we are going to enable a VPN feature on our firewall, in that case, what I'll be doing, I'll be covering VPN first, right? Let's say VPN has phase 1 and phase 2, two type of tunnels, right? So in first 1 hour, I'll be covering what is VPN, why we use VPN, how do we create tunnels, and what are the uh, packet flow between the VPNs. How do we know whether the phase 1 tunnel is up, phase 2 tunnel is down, right? And what information is going to exchange between phase 2 tunnel and phase 1 tunnel. So I'll be covering all the basic things. Then we'll move to the configuration part, right? After covering this VPN theory, I'll be going to enable VPN feature on our firewall, right? So you don't need to worry about it. If you have basic knowledge about networking, like let's say the CCNA, that would be fair enough for me, right? So you don't need to worry about it, because I don't want my audience to go away from my end or from my course. Why should I do that? No one does that, right? No one want like that, correct? So this would be your answer, I think.
Sir, I have a question. Can we be shared or
Hello.
I have a question.
हाँ
Can we have a look on a specific topic class
यार ये शिव
notes?
चौक पे है, आप कल दे सकते हो क्या? आज बिजी हूँ यार, ऑफिस में हूँ.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, could you please repeat one more time what it was?
Yeah, sir, I was curious that like have a sample class notes and that specific topic regular lab notes, so we have an idea.
Yes.
Like,
On every after just after every class, you will get notes from my end or notes from my team, right? Uh, uh, we will share it over the email. Even you can contact with our lab trainer. He will help you with the notes and workbooks. And if you need any book, any official book, you can directly contact with your lab trainer. He will help you with that.
sir, those class notes will be like covering theoretical part or
It
just
would cover
like.
theoretical and practical as well. Means I'll attach the screenshot with it. Right? Means let's say if I'm creating any notes on a particular feature, so I'll cover the theory part first. Then I'll add few screenshots with them so that you can configure that particular feature on your firewall by following the screenshots.
Okay.
Right. So guys, if you have any more questions, we will be connecting tomorrow once again, right? Please note down your question and come with your question by tomorrow. I'll definitely try my best to help you out with that.
Yeah, guys, and one more thing, the Zoom ID is the same. Okay, so there will be no separate Zoom ID. So whatever Zoom ID you have registered for, so that's valid for all the three classes. So let's connect tomorrow, 7 p.m. That's 1:30 p.m. UTC. Okay. And I hope you guys are already connected over WhatsApp. So you can ping me anytime or you can give me a call if you want to know anything about the schedule or the pricing or the modules or which one first or what is the PDF. So I'll be more than happy to guide you. So I guess we are done for the day. I'm disconnecting. I'm logging off this Zoom ID and let's connect tomorrow. Okay. So thanks everyone for joining the session.
Thank